Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a concept that can literally flip how you look at your absolute best people. We are diving deep into the top potential box of the Empower 180 Talent Matrix. So let's just get right into what it is, how to actually spot it, and crucially, how to keep it.
Now, I want to kick things off with a pretty tough question. Are you promoting people for their past performance or for their future complexity? Because honestly, we've all seen this happen. The absolute best engineer gets promoted to manager, and boom, suddenly they're miserable and the whole team is struggling. It's the classic trap, right? One of the biggest mistakes in talent management is blindly promoting folks just because they're crushing it today, without actually checking if they're ready for the complexity of tomorrow. We reward today's great delivery with tomorrow's entirely different job, and then, we wonder why the wheels fall off.
So how do we fix this? Well, talent decisions absolutely require a structured, evidence-based approach. Not just personal opinions, and definitely not just relying on who had a good week last week. A lot of organizations really struggle here because they lean on gut feelings or kind of vague assumptions. And that is exactly where the Empower 180 framework comes to the rescue. Think of it as a super practical talent classification tool. It helps leaders make these big decisions with total clarity, fairness, and strategic discipline. It basically tells you exactly where an employee stands right now and what they can realistically conquer in the future.
To get that clear picture, the matrix measures two totally distinct dimensions. On one side, you've got performance. This is all about how well someone is delivering in their current role right this second, their results, their consistency, the quality of their work. On the flip side, we have potential, and potential is all about future growth capacity. It's looking at their learning agility, adaptability, their judgment, and whether they are genuinely ready for a broader scope. The absolutely crucial takeaway here is that we have to separate how someone is doing today from what their capacity is for tomorrow.
When we map all of this out, we get the complete Empower 186 box matrix. It ranges everywhere from new support all the way up to master. But our focus for today is sitting right there at the very peak, the top potential box. This spot is reserved exclusively for the rare individuals who are both consistently blowing past expectations in their current performance and showing incredibly high future readiness in their potential.
Let's zoom in on that core definition. Top potential employees are the ones delivering absolutely excellent performance while simultaneously showing strong future leadership or expert capacity. I mean, these aren't just your good, reliable employees. These are your heavy hitters. They are the ones outperforming their current boundaries and sending clear signals that they have the bandwidth, the drive, and the sheer capability to take on a whole lot more. So, how do we actually identify them in the wild? Well, you can't just guess. To land in this top potential box, an employee has to consistently exceed expectations and deliver really strong, high-quality results. But pay close attention to that potential side of the equation, because this is where they truly shine. They solve problems. They handle complexity like a pro. They show incredibly sound judgment and positive influence. They are visibly ready for an expanded scope. It's not just about grinding out hard work, it's about having the mental agility to navigate messy, unfamiliar challenges without breaking a sweat.
Now, I want to make a really vital distinction here, because this trips people up all the time. Let's compare a master to a top potential employee. A master is someone who provides immense, incredible value. They are your reliable experts, your standard bearers. They bring deep stability and current value, and frankly, we absolutely need them. But a top potential employee is wired a bit differently. While the master anchors the current role, a top potential employee is all about devouring future complexity. They are gearing up for strong future leadership and stepping into a much larger scope. Remember, potential is inherently about what's next.
I absolutely love this quote from the source material. It says, "They are a future value creator. They are not only strong in the current role, they are ready to create larger organizational impact." That just completely flips the script, doesn't it? When you classify someone as top potential, you aren't just doing HR paperwork. You are making a massive strategic statement about your organization's future. You are literally saying, this person is going to drive our business forward. It takes the conversation way beyond standard management and straight into high-level organizational strategy.
But hold on, placing someone in this box requires strict, rigorous calibration discipline. You need hard evidence. We're talking real performance results measured against agreed objectives. You need clear demonstrations of learning agility when they tackle new problems. And you need concrete readiness indicators, things like taking total ownership, showing adaptability, and wielding positive influence. The whole integrity of this matrix depends entirely on observable reality. Actually, scratch that, it depends on documented reality. You can't base this on a manager just being in a good mood on a Friday afternoon or because someone is super popular in the break room. It has to be grounded in the facts. And that brings us to the absolute core principle of the Empower 180 framework. Ready for it?
Talent classification must lead to the right leadership action. The golden rule here is that this matrix cannot just become a static label. It has to be an action system. Identifying someone as top potential is completely useless if you just chuck that label in a digital file somewhere and forget about it. That classification is a trigger. It is a massive flashing light telling leaders exactly what they need to do next to protect and grow this vital asset. So what exactly is that action? Well, here is your leadership playbook for top potential talent. Number 1, provide executive exposure. They need to be seen by the higher-ups, period. Number 2, drive accelerated development and hand them strategic projects. Stretch them, put them in the deep end. And number 3, include them directly in your succession planning. You need to actively sponsor these individuals, clear their career paths, and challenge them right now, before boredom sets in, or even worse, before a competitor swoops in and steals them away. You have to aggressively retain them.
Now, you might be wondering, how often should we be reviewing this? The answer is quarterly. This is absolutely not a once-a-year, check-the-box HR exercise. For your top potential talent, the rhythm is every single quarter, and it demands executive visibility. Every 3 months, leaders need to be actively looking at this talent pool. Are they progressing on those strategic projects? Are they getting that executive exposure we talked about? Are we managing their succession paths? The stakes are just way too high to leave this sitting on a shelf until annual review time.
Which brings us to the end of our deep dive today, and I want to leave you with one final, totally critical question to chew on. Who are the future value creators in your team right now, and what exactly are you doing to protect them today? If you don't know who they are, well, you need to go find out, using real, observable evidence. And if you do know who they are, but you aren't taking accelerated action to sponsor and stretch them, you are actively risking your organization's future. The Empower 180 Matrix gives you the clarity to see them. Now it's completely up to you to lead them. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this empowers you to step up and take decisive action with your top talent.